Hey, this is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel. Let's have some fighting words. So in this video, I want to do a fight prediction for the fight that's coming up against Amir Khan and also Kell Brook. So I've already done my fight breakdown, so you guys have already seen them. And thank you for the success on those videos. It means a lot. I like the circulation. Continue with that, with this one as well. So I'm just going to jump right into it. You know how I do my fight predictions. I just break down a list and I give it to this guy or this guy. So without further ado, let's jump on into it. So first on my list is experience. And, okay, now in terms of who has more fights, Kell Brook has more fights than Amir Khan. However, it's like 2 or 3. It's not much in terms of a difference. But who's had bigger fights and who's had tougher opposition, I got to give it to Amir Khan. So therefore, although Kell Brook has more physical fights, I feel as if Amir Khan has had more tougher opposition in his fights, even though he's had 2 or 3 less. So therefore, in terms of experience, I got to give it to Amir Khan. Speed, without a doubt. Come on, Amir Khan. I think he's one of the fastest guys I've ever seen. He's fast. He's fast. I think in his prime, in his youthful state, I think he was probably faster than Floyd Mayweather. And I'm talking pretty boy Floyd. He was fast. Power. Hands down, I got to give it to Kell Brook. The dude looks like a tank. The dude looks like freaking He-Man, so I got to give it to Kell Brook. He's got a lot of knockouts. I mean, listen, and even in comparison to knockouts, they're kind of similar right there as well. But which guy do I believe could put you out with a 1 punch? I got to give it to Kell Brook. So therefore, power goes to Kell Brook. Mental toughness. Now, this is hard. I'm giving it a tie. But, it was hard for me to give this a tie just simply because of who Kell Brook has fought. He fought Triple G. Okay, so, and technically, he didn't have to fight Triple G. I mean, to this day, I don't even know why he fought Triple G. He's a lot bigger than Kell, so I really don't know why he fought him, but he fought him. Okay, do we give credit for just trying? Yes, we do. I think we need to give credit for trying. I think in this case, because it's Triple G, and we're talking prime, younger Triple G, I think you have to give him credit just for signing his name on a dotted line and showing up on time. But again, you can't really say that. So therefore, this one as well is tough, but I'm going to have to go with a tie. Because yes, Kell Brook has fought some big, strong guys. However, I feel like Amir Khan he's tested himself. In his prime, he was calling for the Floyd Mayweather fight. So clearly, and we're talking about when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, where he was sniping everything in sight, where he was finishing fights. Amir Khan wanted that fight. I don't think he would have won that fight, but Amir Khan was calling for that fight. That says something about his mental toughness and his self-belief. But then again, when you look at Kell Brook, he's fighting Triple G, a young prime Triple G. That says something about his self-belief. So fine, mental toughness, it's a tie. Physical toughness. Just being gritty, being tough and durable, and if it comes to, a wrestling match or something like that, I got to give it to Kell Brook. I'm not necessarily saying that Amir Khan can't play that game, but that is definitely not his strength, and that is definitely not the game that he would like to play. So therefore, I'm going to give it to Kell Brook. So I have another segment right here where I like to call this center rope corner. And what I mean by that is these are spots and pockets in the ring. So when I look at this, I'm like, all right, well, realistically speaking, Amir Khan is only going to be great at one place. That's in the center of the ring. He's going to be great in the center of the ring. If he stays in the center of the ring, I feel like he's golden. If he stays moving and also in the center of the ring, I feel like he's going to be flawless. But if this fight goes to the ropes, it's going to be a problem. Okay, Amir Khan does not need to get into a close quarter fight with Kell Brook. So I'm giving the rope to Kell Brook. Also, the corner. Again, that's not a place for Amir Khan. That's not where he's going to shine. That's not where his gifts and abilities are going to, ascend to another level. No, he needs to be in the center. So again, I'm going to have to give rope, center, and corner to Kell Brook. Now, here's the question. And I'm just breaking it down like this. But here's a question. Who wins in a war? If this was a grueling 12-round war, and it's just back and forth, and it's just blood and guts, and it's dig deep, and we're going to the depths of the ocean. Can you swim? Can you hold your breath? It's all that. It's all or nothing. I'm willing to leave it all in the ring or be carried up out of this ring. Who wins in that? I got to give it to Kell Brook. I got to give it to Kell Brook only because of the Triple G fight. I mean, he was bruised, battered, and scarred, and then he got back up, and he took some more beating. And the same thing happened with the Earl Spence fight. He got back up, and he took some more beating. You see, I can't really say that for Amir Khan because, he's got a chin that's unfortunately a little on the downside, and it's very questionable. And when he gets put down, he doesn't get back up. So I can't say he's going to win in a war. I can't give it to Amir Khan. I have to give it to Kell Brook. Who wins in a boxing match? Now, again, I personally think that Kell Brook has always been very underrated in his boxing. I think a lot because of the way he's physically built, and he's built like, Hercules, that it probably makes him fight like Hercules. But if you just want to talk about his skill level, I think he has a proper jab. I think he has proper defense. I think, he can throw proper combinations and all those things. But if you want to talk about just pure boxing ability and pure boxing skill and just 1, 2, 3, I'm sorry, I got to give that to Amir Khan. The dude is he's golden when it comes to pure boxing skill. So that goes to Amir Khan. So when I tally all these up, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 for Khan. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 for Brook. So how do we break this up? I've been thinking about this. Now, Amir Khan has been very vocal in saying that he's going to retire after this fight. So two things could happen because he's already has the mindset of this is going to be my last one. It could A, make him reckless, or it could B, make him sharper than ever because he's never going to do this again. And that's a tough one to answer. I don't really know. I'm going to have to go with make him better. And that's only because of who he's been training with. He's been training with, Terrence Bud Crawford. He's been training with that camp. And that's a good camp. And he's been getting sparring with Terrence Crawford, the guy who beat him and also beat Kell Brook. I'm sorry, because of that, and it's a little detail, but because of that, I'm going to have to say, maybe with him sparring Bud and being in that camp, and then with a teaspoon of recklessness, because he knows it's going to be his last, but also a teaspoon of overall sharpness because he knows it's going to be his last. I'm going to go against the grain because apparently right now Kell Brook is the favorite. But I'm going to go against the grain and I'm going to say that it is going to be Amir Khan. Now, if it's going to be Amir Khan, I think it's going to be maybe somebody throwing a towel in. I don't know if he can stop Kell Brook. I do know he can beat him on paper. I do know he can beat him with judges. But that depends on constant movement from Amir Khan, not being stationary and not getting into a street fight. So, but again, you're retiring, maybe get a little reckless. I don't know. But a lot of that is hinged on him training with Terrence Bud Crawford, who is considered by many the best. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't know, but I'm going to have to solidly go with Amir Khan. Because I know they've told him, do not sit still. And the overall belief in that camp is Kell Brook is a 4-round fighter. If he's a 4-round fighter, we can really attack him after 6, after 7. We can get this man out of here. So those are my thoughts. I want to know what you think. I want to know who you think is going to win. Share your thoughts. Drop them down below. As always, please like, please share, and please subscribe.